Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry Sansing with another edition of What's Going On in Corpus Christi. This is February the 10th, 2018. Our air times are Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. and Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Of course, that's on Public Access Channel 10. You can also get these shows on YouTube if you put in Gerald, G-E-R-A-L-D, Sansing, S-A-N-S-I-N-G, and look for the dates on What's Going On in Corpus Christi, South Texas News and Reviews, and the voice of Ed Bennett. And there's my email address, gsansing@gmail.com. That's G-S-A-N-S-I-N-G@gmail.com. Email me, please. I get a lot of good comments, and I get people fussing at me because I tell the truth, but, you know, what the heck, I don't care. I'll just take it all. I'm a big boy. I can take it these days. Anyway, I'll be right back with you. And here's one of my favorite cartoons, folks. This is Pinocchio. That goes back to when I was a kid with the Disney shows and so forth and so on. Walt Disney was a master with this. But there's old Jiminy Cricket giving Pinocchio hell because he's not telling the truth. And I use that because that's very typical around here of an awful lot of our elected officials. And, you know, I study this. Keep an eye on things. I try to anyway. Anyway, be right back with you. Okay, this is a sign you're going to see an awful lot of in the next couple of months, I think, before we have the next vote for at least three, I think it is three of the Del Mar College Board of Regents members. I'm going to try to explain to you that I go back a long time with this Southside campus and how we've been duped completely with that. And I just want to, you know, I'm going to go put up the old sign that I did a while back about the Del Mar College bonds and explain to you what's going on these days and the predicament that these board members have put you in, the three that are up for re-election in particular. Anyway, there you go. I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is one that was in my front yard for an awful long time, several years ago. I was totally and completely against the Del Mar College bond system to build a Southside campus. I'm on campus every day on East and a lot of times on West. I've got some people out there that I'd go to meetings with and so forth. And I just, you know, never did see total utilization of East and West campuses, much less the Northwest Center. I've been out there only once, so I can't speak to that one, and I won't. So if I don't know something, I'm not going to say it's true or false or whatever, okay? I guess that's one of my downfalls. I'm not going to tell a lie to you folks, okay? Now, I've got some information now that we're in the middle of this and it's been passed and we started the bonds, and you know, it was $137 million bond, and it's going to kill us, folks. We're going broke. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and then I'll come around with my happy smiling face. And I did dig through my pile of the International No t-shirts, and I found the Del Mar College bonds. So that's what it's all about. It's not an old show when I used to wear this on the air. It's I'm very, very perturbed these days. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the lights are on and the camera's rolling, so I'm going to go take my seat. And as I said, I found this t-shirt and a stack of the No Chris Adlers and the No Mark Skarkas and the No Mark, let's see, Carlos Valdez, Destination Bayfront, and all that good stuff. So I saved this one in particular. So I hope you can read that. Now, this is what's going on in Corpus Christi, Texas. This is the Taxpayers Show, essentially. I am the president of the Corpus Christi Taxpayers Association, have been there for some time now. Mr. Jack Gordy, who's a real activist around here, is my vice president. He actually had nominated me to take over for his position a couple of years ago, and I still appreciate Mr. Joe O'Brien for what he did for the taxpayers around here and so forth. And as he said, silence is not the answer. And I'm far from being silent at times, folks. Especially when people are trying to take money from me and mine and my neighbors here and my fellow Corpus Christians and so forth and so on, and I see the suffering of people trying to find two nickels to rub together. They're called Del Mar College students, and you know, even A&M students and CCISD and so forth. So what we have around this place are people that don't mind bending the truth. I don't know what their motives are sometimes. I very rarely find someone elected to the school board, Del Mar College board, or whatever, that truly believes in the students and the taxpayers and, you know, the fine folks in this city. So they don't mind bending the truth at times for you. Now, I don't know what their motivation is. I know some of them are politicians, you know, and they want to get ahead, and they go from CCISD to Del Mar College Board to City Council, and then they want to run for mayor, and thank goodness we shut one of those down with one of these signs. And I don't have to go through that. Okay, this is the What's Going On in Corpus Christi. The air times on Public Access Channel 10 are Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. and then again 9 o'clock to 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Okay, you can also catch those, as I said in the intro. You can go into YouTube and put in my name, Gerald, S-A-N-S-I-N-G, and then it's Gerald with a G, and then you can bring up the various shows. Now, I don't know in what order they're presented there. I've heard there's a little bit of confusion, but I think you can go ahead and find these in the latest one. Okay, usually, you know, I filmed this one today. It has to go in by Wednesday of this next week to the city down there, to the studio, and then they will go ahead and play it the next week. So I guess that'll be what? Today's the 10th. It'll have to go in the 14th, so it'll play the 21st. Okay. And I'm sorry for the delay. That's why I put them on YouTube, so you find folks that are interested can get a jump on that. Now, I'd like to say that these flowers are dedicated to Miss Connie, Miss Lynn, and Miss April 23. Okay. Now, the low enrollment problems we had this year. Okay. Now, we based a proposal to build a brand new campus for 20,000 students at the corner of Yorktown and Rodfield Road. It's going to be called the Southside Campus. Okay. Now, the administration told the board members that there would be a 5% student enrollment increase this fall, and spring another 5%, I think, and then summer and so forth and so on. Therefore, the taxes to the district should need to be increased so they have more money, so that they can hire new faculty members and support people and facilities for this 5% increase across the board for enrollments. Okay? Well, then a decrease in the fall came, and they blame it on the hurricane. I think that's bovine excrement myself. It may have affected some of it. I still have individuals running in from Portland, Ranges Pass, Port A, and so forth and so on, the hard-hit group. And even from, you know, out in Calallen, they had a little bit of damage out there. But we had a decrease of about 4 or 5% rather than an increase of 5%. Okay? Now, my concern as a taxpayer and a president of the Corpus Christi Taxpayers Association is we've been duped, folks. Okay? Now, I'm going to back that up with hard numbers. And if anybody at the administration or the Board of Regents wants to take me on and debate this, I'm going to try to get the debate on one of the news channels around here or Public Access Live, and we'll just see what happens. Okay? Now, I'll get into the donations to some of these people in just a minute, to some of the Board of Regents members. Now, this goes back to June of 1915. Okay? It says that we have a $745,000 cut compared with the last biennium. Okay? Del Mar College seeks state funding, or sees state funding drop. Okay? And the state has been dropping funding. Okay? So what happens is, with this decrease in funding, guess who makes up the difference? It's the taxpayers of the Del Mar College district. Okay? What can I say? I won't do this. Okay? So, and it says here that you know, with that bond and so forth and so on. Now that they mentioned a person there. Now then, we had a document that came out. I'm trying to be calm here. Okay? And it says the 2014 Capital Improvement Program fact sheet. Okay? Then it says, if approved, what would the 2014 bond cost me? Residents 65 years of age or older and disabled, and the disabled are really exempt from property taxes, will pay no increased taxes. Now that's a blatant lie, because that's if you live in about a $60,000 home. Okay? Then you probably won't see any increase because you've got your exemption for that. Okay? And here it is. This was in 2014. Okay? They said that again when they went for the bond for the Southside campus. Oh, you people 65 years and age and older aren't going to have any increase in your taxes. That's bovine excrement, folks. All right, now it says the West Campus, and then they had some building going on out there. Yorktown expansion on the south side. Master planning and site maintenance for 95 acres on the corner of Yorktown Boulevard and Rodfield Road, purchased by the college last year. Now that purchase was not approved by you taxpayers. Okay, I think it was just under $7 million for 95 acres. I calculated that's about $65,000 an acre for swampland at that corner. Go by and look at it. Now, for years it was unmowed and untaken care of. Mr. Gordy and I were on television on this show and the South Texas News and Reviews, raising unmitigated cane about them not cutting that stuff down and trimming that stuff. They had coyotes out there, rats up the gazoo, and so forth and so on. And it was miserable. Okay? Is Del Mar College financially sound to propose a bond election now? Standard & Poor's Rating Services has assigned Del Mar College a rating of AA for 2013-2014 and views the outlook for that rating as stable. Fitch Rating assigned Del Mar College a AA plus on limited tax refunding bonds and outstanding limited tax bonds, and reviews the outlook that has rating stable. Okay? All right. Del Mar College has educated more than 75,000 residents through credit and non-credit programs since 1935. Well, folks, 75,000 students is not a hell of a lot in that time span. That's a lot of years, folks, you know. So, you know, that's about 7,500 if you really look at it, maybe 8,500. I can't do the math here. Okay. Nearly 55,000 have earned degrees and certificates preparing them for employment or university transfer. Well, if you've got $750,000 or 50,000 residents that are taking courses, and you graduate nearly 55,000, then I've got a little bit of hang up with that. Okay, all right. So anyway, then they go on and they say, you know, that Del Mar graduates with business, professional, technical, and occupational degrees, and that this was the median income $57,221 the first year after they graduate. I think they're stretching that one. Okay, so what we've got is a bunch of, like I say, Pinocchios. So as a good Jiminy the Cricket fan, why don't you go out there and start sticking your finger in their face and say, hey, you're duping us. And then DMC plans expansion at workshop. Leaders develop next step for future Southside campus. Okay, a $139 million bond package approved by voters in November. That's when I had these signs out, folks. I begged you people. I said, pay attention. This is not going to work. It's going to break the bank. We're going to be in severe financial trouble if we do that. Okay? And then it says here, if approved and the bond, residents 65 years of age and older won't pay any higher taxes. That is not true. Okay? It depends on what your appraisal is and how much the appraised value goes up, and it's going to go up, okay? And your taxes are going to go up, so you're going to pay more. Then we've got all this blather over here about, you know, how much money we've got, the 2016 Del Mar College Capital Improvement Program, okay? And the 2014, and they go through this and give you more blather and so forth about things. Okay, Yorktown expansion master planning and site maintenance for 95 acres on the corner of Yorktown and Broadfield purchased by us last year. It says a more detailed breakdown of expenditures is available here with a PDF file. Is Del Mar College financially sound to propose a bond election now? Well, they restate these AA and AA plus things from these Standard & Poor's. Now, who's going to gain if you got to get a bond and stick it into one of these companies? All right, so this is the same old garbage in 2016. Okay, now I'm going to spread this out, and I'm going to go over these numbers. Now, the basis of this, as you have heard, is we are bursting at the seams with students at Del Mar College. Now, I haven't seen it. I'm over there every day. I see empty classrooms everywhere, okay? With the expansion of my building, which was the Garcia Health Science Building, used to be Nursing and Allied Health. They put that mansion up out there, that big thing out on West Campus, to house the Allied Health programs now. So they renovated the Garcia Health Science Building. It's now the Garcia Science Building, to about a tune of about $7 or $8 million. They added my floor to it, my lab and so forth and so on, so they expanded the square footage. But I still have empty classrooms all day long, and we're probably one of the highly populated departments on campus, natural sciences. Now, I'm going to go over this very succinctly and quickly with you. I have the numbers starting in 1992 with the total enrollment, okay, and then we had annual change, okay, and percentage change into 1993. Now, in 1993, we were up, let's see, it was 11,659 in 1992, 11,825. That was an increase of 166 students and an increase in enrollment of 1.2%. Then what we did, we had dropped to 10,757 in 1994. So compared to 1992, that was about a 9.03% decrease. In 1995, we dropped again to 10,386, which was a drop of 371 students. And based on that, 1992, that's a drop of 3.45%. Then we held our own. We increased by 296 in 1996, so that was an increase of 2.85%. Then in 1997, we dropped to 258, so that's a decrease of 2.4% from 1992. Then we only had 9,958 students, a drop of 466 since 97 and 98. That's a 4.4% decrease. Then we had just a couple more students than that. I think it was by 10 students. So we had a 0.1% increase over what we had in 1992. Then we dropped a little bit more. We dropped 32 students, so we had minus 0.32% drop. And then we picked up a few more, about 320 in 2001, so we got a 3.22% increase. We had a significant leap there in 2002, okay, to 11,218. Okay. Now, if you take a look at that, based on the 1992 figures, what we've run over these numbers I've told you is we had a 1.42 increase in 93, minus 7.74 decrease in 94. In 1995, we dropped to we were to minus 10.92%. and then minus 8.38% in 96. We had a minus 10.59% based on 1992. In the 1997, 1998, we had a 14.59 decrease. 99, we had a 14.5% decrease. 2000, 14.78%, and then in 2001 we had minus 12%. In 2002 we were only minus 3.78%. This is based on the 1992s. Okay, then we get into 2003. So based on 1992 we were 2.75% lower. In the 2004 we were 2.69 below. 2005 we actually were 2.98% higher. 2006 we were down 2.63%. 2007 we were down 4.22%. And then in 2008 we were down 2.99%. And then in 2009 we were up 3.52%. 2010 we went up to 4.9%. 2011 we were 3.53%, and this was above what we had in 1992. And then we look at 2012, and we dropped again. We're from 2002. Let's see, where did I go from here? Oh, okay. I guess we got this one. All right. Let's see. 2000. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed this whole page. Anyway, well, I think I went over there. 2010, we were up 4.95%. So, you know, this isn't stellar. But by the time we got to 2012, we had dropped 5.39% below the 1992 value. 2013, we're 9.92% below. 2014, we're 10.46% below. And then in 2015, we are minus 6.92%. In 2016, we're plus 0.26%, and then now here we are in 2017, where we were supposed to have this massive increase in enrollment. According to the administration at Del Mar College, after everything shuffled out, we are minus 1.57% over what we had in 1992. Now, can anyone out there, administrators, look me straight in the eye, and Board of Regents members? I know one that can't do that and wouldn't, okay? But can you sit there and tell me that we can justify a $500 million campus to house 20,000 students and then keep East, West, and Northwest open, plus the Center for Economic Development? Folks, you people have been duped at such a high level, I can't even believe it. Okay? And we've already started with the funds. I'm going to give you some instances of how much these architects and stuff are making. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back and look at the 2015 enrollments here that were true. And I'm going to look at this two-year public institutions. This publication is the Texas Public Higher Education Almanac, and these are the numbers that Del Mar College turned in for the year. Let's see, what year is this? 2017, I guess. That's what it says. Okay, so the enrollment in 2017 was actually 11,476. They said here it was 11,689. So I guess they didn't budget too bad, but that's still below 1992. And then they say student characteristics, percent enrollment changed from 2011 to 16, minus 2.8. Backs up the numbers. Okay. Graduation rates, 6 years. Okay. Our graduation rate in the fall of 23, it looks like, 3-year cohort. Then what we've got is we've got a full-time graduation rate of 25.3 and a part-time graduation of 16.3, and I consider that to be rather poor. And then we've got The developmental ed 11.9%, non-delivered ed is 15.6. Then here we've got transfer students. Our rate of transfer, okay, is 12%. And here we are, we're trying to prep people, a lot of our students, to go into four-year institutions or some type of higher education. What can I say, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, now, I'm winding down, and then I won't go over our general debt, okay, ratios. This is, let's see, general obligation bonds, other debt, and so forth and so on. General bond debt ratios per capita, they've got you up to 455.78%, and I think this was before the 139,000 bond over here. Total outstanding debt ratios per capita 505.58. That's per capita, folks. So if you've got a family of four, then it looks like you're in debt for $2,000 just to Del Mar College alone. Okay. Then what we've got is they went ahead, and you find folks went against what several of us were saying, along with the Taxpayers Association, said, folks, this is a bad deal. It's not going to work. And here we are 3 years later, and it ain't working. Okay. And now they've got this bids out for the Del Mar College's firms. Okay. It says Gensler, Turner, Ramirez firms to team up for Del Mar's new campus. Now, I went back and looked at the donations of some people to the Del Mar Works political campaign, which was a campaign to instill and install the Southside campus. Okay. Now, to my knowledge, let's see, Gensler donated $2,500, and then Turner Ramirez donated $5,000 to that. And I'll just see if I can find this real quick and give you some numbers as to how much money these people have donated. Okay, let's see if I can find those right quick. It's astounding. I think I put it in that file up there. To the best of my recollection, before December, then we had a whole string of checks in from Gensler, and from then again Ramirez. Okay, what was the name of that one? Turner Ramirez. And they got quite a bit of money. It was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Richter Architects, who didn't get this contract, okay, they donated $5,000, and I've seen checks, a couple of them as high as $469,000. Okay. And then Urban Engineering got a good bit, and WKMCG or whatever it was, they were the coordinating architects. They were way into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So folks, I'm going to continue on with this one at next week's show, but I just want to tell you, you've been duped. So if I were you, I'd start raising unmitigated hell with the Del Mar College administration and the Board of Regents members. They're easy to get a hold of. Okay? All you have to do is go online to Del Mar College and look up the Board of Regents, and then you can also look up the administration and find out how much they lied to the Board of Regents about how we're going to pull this off. Okay? So we're flatlined since 1992. And we're going to spend $250 million to build a campus for 20,000 students when we can't fill up what we've got on East, West, and Northwest Center. So I don't know what to tell you, except you've been duped big time. I hope you enjoy it. So, you know, I preached to you, and several other people preached to you and said, hey, please don't do this. But, you know, 54% of you must have thought you knew better than the rest of us that work there. And there's some horror shows going on over there, folks, and I'm going to keep it up because I am sick and tired of Del Mar College spending me into the poorhouse, okay? And I know even better than that because I am a full-time faculty member. I've been there since 1989, and I've seen some stunts pulled by those clowns over there that you would not believe. So I think you need to get interested and get busy with this, okay? Now I've got about 20 seconds left, so I'm going to shut it down. Okay, I may have 15 seconds left, but anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and pay attention to what's going on. Okay, you're being duped.